Right, good evening everybody. Welcome to the channel. Let me just remove that music. I don't know if you can still hear it or not, but yeah, there we go. All right, welcome to the channel. I'll just get everything set up here. This is a special live edition of Andorra. Yeah, special live edition of Andorra. Sorry, just finishing getting everything set up there. I've kind of got one eye. I'm going to have to move away from it, unfortunately, on the match over on Michelino FM's Twitch channel at the moment. Him taking on FM20 in the tournament I've been organising. But they say they're going to have it out on their YouTube channels as well, so make sure you check that out. So here we are. We're doing a live episode of Andorra. I hope you can all hear me clearly. If you can hear me, just let me know down in the chat. Good evening, FM Pino and CKHD Gaming. Thanks for joining in the chat. I have been trying to set something up on my phone so I can kind of keep track of the chat live. That doesn't seem to be working, so I'm kind of watching the feed on my phone, which means there might be a little bit of delay in responding to the chat, but we'll figure it out as we go along. So I decided to do a live episode here because we've just got so many big games coming up, but we're so close to the release of the new game. I thought if I give all these games the episode they deserve, I'm not even going to finish this season before the beta for Football Manager 2021 drops. So I figured we'd go ahead with it tonight. So we're going to start off with international action. We've got the Andorran national team out for a World Cup qualifying. We're kicking off the qualifying for the 2030 World Cup, and we've got a huge game to kick things off. We're playing England, of all teams, but then we've got what should be a relative walk in the park afterwards as we take on the Faroe Islands, so we could start the stream with a complete humiliation, but we'll make up for it as soon as we can. Then we've also got Europa League quarter-final action. Chelsea home and away. Will be bringing both of those matches. If you've been following the series and you're up to date, you'll have seen our most recent round in the Europa League, an absolutely fantastic victory over Manchester United. It went to extra time. We'd conceded an away goal. It looked like all hope was lost, but we somehow came back to win it. And that's why we've got down at the bottom that this is Jose Francisco Perez Appreciation Night, the Andorran icon. He's a new gen who was in the club's youth team when I took over. He's been with us since 2nd Division B. He's risen through the ranks with us, and there he was, scoring twice to knock Manchester United out of Europe. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. Unbelievable scenes, as they say, in the football manager sphere. We've also got, we're going to probably end the night with one of our biggest games to date in this career, the Cup final against Barcelona. We've had a bit of a mixed record against Barcelona in recent seasons. We have beaten them. We can beat them in the FC Andorra stadium. We've done that on more than one occasion. We can't beat them at the new camp. We've been humiliated by them there on more than one occasion. Let's see how we do at a neutral venue. And in between, we're also going to have some key league games. I think we've got Sporting Gijon, we've got Valencia. These are all big matches in the pursuit of a European place for next season. So, without further ado, let's switch over to game mode. So we're going to get straight into things. I've got it all set up. I've picked the squad. We're ready to go with England. You can see the league table here. Well, maybe my cam's in the way a little bit, so we'll bring it up a bit larger. The league table, we're currently 7th in the league, FC Andorra. We've been on a bit of a weird run of form. Good evening, FM Union. Welcome to the chat. Yes, we've been on a bit of a strange run of form. We've had all these great results in Europe. Now, you see here from the colours, the results look a bit mixed. But when you take out the Cup games and the Europa League games and you're left with just the league games, we had a terrible run. From that moment, we beat Real Betis in the first leg of the Cup semi-final. We lost to Getafe, drew with Sevilla, Sociedad, and then Betis again. Then lost to Granada, drew with Espanyol. So we had a good run there. Well, a good run, a good solid 6-game winless streak, which we finally broke in our last game against Vallecano. So, we'll be looking to pick that up, Sporting Gijon, but that's coming after the international break. Yes, it is a huge night of fixtures indeed. We're hyped for the cup final. Just to run you through those if we scroll down a bit. So after the England and Faroe Island games, we've got Sporting Gijon in the league. Sporting Gijon haven't been doing as well this season as last season, but they're ninth. They're only 2 points behind us, so that's massive. If they beat us, we're kind of pushed away from those European places a bit. That's a really frustrating thing about that bad run of form as well. If we'd have been able to pick up a couple of wins, we could have even been in contention for a Champions League place at this point, but it hasn't been going our way. Let's see, then we've got Chelsea, then Valencia sandwiched in between those Chelsea games. Then 3 days after the second leg in London, we're going to be playing Barcelona at the Elche Stadium in the Spanish Cup final. So that's all huge. That's an absolutely huge run of games. And then if we extend beyond that a bit, we're going to have here Eibar in the league and then Real Madrid away. And then we've still got to play Barcelona away. We've still got to play Atletico Madrid away. So it's a pretty massive end to the season. We're going to be involved in the title picture, even if we're not going to win the title, because we're playing the teams that are in the top positions. So anyway, you see here for the Andorran national team, Group 2, we're in qualifying Group 2. I'm just going to show you our fixtures there. So England and Faroe Islands today. At the end of the season, we're also in a group, England, Faroe Islands, Ireland, Norway, Azerbaijan. Now, based on our recent form with Andorra, I'm confident, of course, we're going to pick up wins against Faroe Islands. If we don't, something's gone terribly wrong. That should be 6 points. But Ireland is going to be tough. Norway, also going to be tough. Azerbaijan, that's a team I'm targeting as one we could pick up points from, as we've beaten the likes of Israel in the recent past and Kosovo. So I think Azerbaijan should be beatable opponents as well. But you know, this is what we've been doing. We had a great year last year. Apart from that heavy defeat to Serbia in the qualifying playoffs for European Championships, we were unbeaten apart from that one game. We unbeaten in our Nations League. We're going to be in Nations League Division B if we can get there before the next game comes out. Anyway, let's get into it. First match, Andorra, England. You see 10-1 odds for Andorra to win this game. So yeah, we're top of the group at the moment on alphabetical order with not a single match having been played. So, you know, off to a good start. Anyway, into the team selection. Let's. This is our wacky formation that we use for Andorra. It just seems to work. What can I say? So we've got Iker Alvarez in goal. He is actually an FC Andorra player, but he's in the B team. He's been with us for quite a long time. We've got Ruben Perez, who is a squad player for FC Andorra. We've got Hernandez, also a squad player for FC Andorra. So there are fullbacks. Georgie Gomez, 21-year-old Andorran wonder kid. He's currently, you can see here, wanted. Wanted by whom? Well, if it lets us see, Manchester United and Real Madrid. That tells you the quality of player Georgie Gomez is. We've got Pena as well. Not actually sure who he is, but you know he's played one game. One game. He actually plays in the Andorran League. Fantastic. Moyumba, he is also a squad player this season, broken through finally into the first team squad at FC Andorra, used on as a rotation option, so he's in the centre of the park. Partnered by Alonso, who's currently at Real Gijon in the second division B. We've got this guy Lizaranga, who's currently out on loan. He's an FC Andorra youth team player. Lega, FC Andorra B player. He's never quite made it into the first team, but he's a decent enough player. The Andorran icon, Jose Francisco Perez, in the international lineup. He is our star player. We'll be looking for him if we're looking to him if we're going to get anything from this game against England. Zarzana up front, also FC Andorra B player, record goal scorer for Andorra with 43 goals. Anyway, let's get into match time. This could be painful, but wish me luck. Any score predictions? Let us know in the chat what you think is going to happen here in Andorra versus England. England lining up with a bit more of a conventional formation, a 4-2-3-1. You see they've got Rashford and Sancho on the wings. We've got this guy Jeffers up front. Now, we know him from the Manchester United matches. He scored both of Manchester United's goals against FC Andorra. But hopefully we'll be able to keep him quiet today. See, Declan Rice is in there, Foden's in there. And then a completely new-gen lineup in defence. Into the dressing room then, we will go with the underdogs and we'll cause an upset. Because, we're not going to say anything about beating England, are we? We'll be happy with a not humiliating defeat. Right, Pino's going for a 1-1. Very optimistic, very optimistic. Let's see. Jose Francisco Perez, the Andorran icon, kicks off appreciation night with his 75th appearance for Andorra. Well, fantastic stuff. I said we're slight favourites, all right. Because I don't think tunnel interviews really affect the players that much. All right, let's kick this thing off. I was a little bit late starting the stream just because I was checking in on Michelino's Twitch channel where he had FM on. FM Digi Hero of the Day was there. They're playing their group stage game in the tournament we've got going on at the moment where everyone's exporting their teams into touch. I've been in a group. England probably are one of the highest ranked nations on the save. I will check their ranking after this. I believe they were not the top ranked team. Ilke Alvarez somehow managed to stop that one from going in. That could have been one of those terrible FM moments, but they are up there, definitely. They're up there. We've played England before, actually, in a previous qualifying campaign, and we had a kind of narrow defeat. It was just like, I forget the score exactly. It was a few seasons back. We had a fairly narrow defeat, like a non-embarrassing defeat at home, and I think away in Wembley it was like 6-0, 7-0, something like that. We'll check in on that after the game. But so far we've made it to 30 minutes without conceding, which is pretty good. Not bad. Norway are 4-0 up against the Faroe Islands. Norway with Erling Haaland in their team. That's going to be painful when we take them on. Maybe we can pick up a few surprise points off Ireland. I don't know. Well, that is a good start to the stream. 0-0 in the first half against England. We have not mustered a single shot, but we have frustrated them. Now we've got to tell the team, I think, that I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. If we have a quick look in on the analysis, you see left side. That's Perez's zone. So we are getting the ball out there. I do tell them to get the ball out to the lift. Yeah, I think you're right, CKHD. It was something like that. 2-0 at home, 6-0 away. And then, I don't know what changes we can make, to be honest, at this point. We're not going to win. If we can keep it to 0-0, that would be one of the biggest results for the national team on this save so far. But anyway, we're starting with the ball here, but Mayumba's giving it away. Here comes Rashford cutting inside. He's got no one with him, but Alvarez makes the save. Oof. Good stuff from Alvarez. Good stuff. All right, let's get going. Yeah, I'm just running this off my laptop. Single monitor setup, so it is causing it a bit of trouble tracking the chat. As I said, I tried to set this up with the Streamlabs app on my phone, but yeah, doesn't seem to be working. Anyway, here come England on the hour mark, looking to open up the scoring to finally unlock the Andorran defence. Side netting from Harwood. Ooh, we're doing pretty well. I think I'll drop in a praise shout for the boys, bit of positive reinforcement. Perez is looking knackered. They've been overwhelmed by the feedback. Fantastic. Perez is looking knackered, but we're going to keep him on because I can rest him against the Faroes. Who, by the way, are currently losing 9-0. Whoa. 9-0 to Norway. Right, I'm taking Lega off because he is been completely ineffective today. Mayumba hasn't been much better. but we'll leave him on for now. Alvaro Perez can come on for Lizaranga, who's on a yellow. Let's see if we can keep this up. 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes, 15 minutes now from a famous point. We haven't had a single shot on target. But, you know, we're getting there. We're going to leave the shout for now. Let's see how this highlight plays out. Are England finally? They've been knocking at the door. Are they finally going to knock it down? Well, they've got a corner, so the danger's not over yet. An in-swinger, and, ooh, has that been saved by Alvarez? My God, Alvarez is having a performance and a half here. Gomez clears. Sancho picks it up. We're 8 minutes away. 8 minutes plus stoppages. 8 minutes plus stoppages. Come on, boys. Hold on here. Hold on. Do not let them break through. Rashford keeps the ball in, but good cover by the defender there. Perez just hacks it clear. Woo, we survived. Yes, you're right. Faroe Islands. Oh, no. No, Sancho. Finally. That's cruel. That's cruel. They teased us. They let us believe that a point was coming. Oh, 84 minutes. Rashford whips the cross in. Sancho doesn't even have to jump for the header. Ah, no. I thought we were going to pull it off. I thought we were going to get a famous point. Ah, no. Don't rub it in now. Don't make it 2-0. Come on, that would just be cruel. Oh, we got a chance for a quick break. Cardoso on as a substitute. He's got past his man. He's got past his man. Come on. Come on, son. Whip it in. Oh, he shoots it. He goes greedy, and he shoots it straight at Henderson. Oh, if he'd have just squared that, Zarzana the poacher would have toe-poked that into the bottom corner, I'm sure. Ah, frustrating. Frustrating. It looks like it's going to end here. 1-0 to England. It does, but well played, Andorra. Well played, Andorra. Got to say, the group's gone as expected so far. Norway putting 12 past the Faroe Islands. Ireland putting 5 past Azerbaijan. It's just England couldn't perform out of the big teams. Yes, at least we're not the Faroe Islands. Yeah. Yeah, same as everyone in the chat. I thought it was going to happen. You gave it everything, boys. Pretty decent start to the stream, though, got to be said. Pretty decent start. I mean, look at that Norway. Look at that Norway-Faroe Islands result. My God. Espen from Passion for FM would be happy with that one. At least we're not them. What can I say? What can I say? Now we're going to go and take on the Faroe Islands in the next game and see if we can do something similar. So, Youthful Andorra, come unstuck. Yeah, okay. We've got all of those normal tidbits. Players worked hard. Great achievement for Perez. Yeah, I don't want to discuss that right now. Okay, and yeah, let's be cheeky. Let's be a bit cocky. We deserved far more than that. The results will follow. It's only the first game, so not bad. Not a bad start. Let's see. England manager John van den Brom, bit of a random England manager, insists they were the better team. Yes, Jordi Cario, going back to club news, currently injured, unfortunately, out for 3 weeks with a groin strain, and is going to miss the cup final. Yeah, Faroe Islands are ranked pretty poorly. It's one thing that's been a feature of this save. Faroe Islands have had some absolutely shocking results. Actually, let's just have a look, because you were asking beforehand. So England, in terms of their ranking at the moment, are second in the world. So we held the second ranked team in the world for 83 minutes, which is pretty good. And if we have a look at Faroe Islands, 197th. I'll show you some of the results they've had over the years, and you'll see. Nations League, they weren't too bad, but of course that's the Nations League. But yeah, look at this from the Euro Championship qualifying from a couple of years ago. Look at that: Scotland 9-0, Turkey 17-0, Slovakia and Azerbaijan 8-0, Scotland 12-0, Sweden 15-0, Turkey 9-0, only 2-0 against Slovakia, 6-2 Azerbaijan, 8-1 Sweden. They are pretty appalling. Good evening, Custard Prophet. Yes, there was a 17-0 against Germany as well. There was one time I think they were drawn in the same group as Germany and Ukraine, and then one other kind of decent European team, and they just got hammered, and they ended up with like a minus 110 goal difference off like 10 games. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's move on to the next game against the Faroe Islands. It's one thing about the live streams. I'm used to just now saying, let's move on to the next game, and then in the editing room, fading to black, and then we're right into the next game. But different ball game, the old live stream, isn't it? Yes, good to see my group opponents from the Football Manager YouTube Invitational Tournament, Custard Prophet and FM20 here. No spoilers, we have completed the group. I think FM20's getting the episode out tomorrow on his channel, so do make sure you head over to his channel if you haven't subbed already. Rectify that immediately, and make sure you're ready for that episode coming out. And Custard Prophet, of course, make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. You can watch the Custard Prophet FM20 match on his channel as well. Let's have a look. Daniel Jimenez doing well in training. Good to see. We'll move forward. All right, we're moving on to Faroe Islands away, so we'll be looking for goals. We have played Faroe Islands a couple of times before, so they're suggesting I bring in Pedro Magales in place of Angel Hernandez for this game. It's a bit of a controversial figure. Pedro Magales came through our youth intake, was highlighted as the player of a generation, and promptly before he signed a contract with us, got poached by Real Betis, which was very frustrating. First time that's ever happened to me. And then when we played Real Betis in the cup final, he started, got himself sent off. So I guess it didn't work out too badly in the end. Okay, let's just get through the press conference. And tomorrow 6 p.m. Good. Pino's confirmed that tomorrow 6 p.m. for the big game on his channel. That's the decider for the group. Custard Prophet eliminated already, so it's going to be Marseille against FC Andorra. Winner takes all. Don't want to say any more about it because don't want to give the result away. Anyway, Andorra are hot favourites. That's what we like to see. It's going to be 6 degrees up in the Faroe Islands. They're calling for a demolition job, so let's make it happen. Got an 8-0 prediction I see in the chat from CKHD Gaming, or well, we'll score 8 past them, so we'll see. We have had a couple of big wins with the Andorra national team, of course. There was that time when we were vying with Scotland for the top spot in our Nations League group, and we needed to put something like 7 past Latvia to do it, and we put 6 past them, which was a good one. So in FM21, yeah, Liechtenstein would be another option for this kind of save with FC Vords. I know Bobby G Gaming did that on Football Manager 2019. I'm not sure. I haven't fully decided on my Football Manager 2021 main save yet. Part of the reason I'm doing this tonight is I want to test out, how it works with streaming, how I can get everything set up if I'm able to stream successfully and things like that. And then we might look into having a couple of series go in, one that will just be a regular kind of episodes and one that will be like a weekly stream, maybe on a Sunday night, something like that. We'll see. I have an idea for the Sunday night stream. I might get into that a bit later on. And there's a few things I'd appreciate people's feedback on. A few ideas I've got bouncing around, but plenty of time to discuss those this evening. Yes, Bobby G is absolutely fantastic. The Pentagon save, one of my favourite saves to have followed across this entire cycle. I of course loved the finale, but I think, to be honest, my favourite moment in Bobby G's Pentagon challenge was when he won the Asian Champions League finally. What was it, about 20 seasons into the challenge? Something like that. That was a fantastic moment. Right, I'm going to be controversial here. I'm going to put Perez on the bench just because he's so tired. We'll keep Magales in the team. Georgie Gomez can stay in just for that solidity in defence. We're going to go with Romero in place of Alonso, although he is more of an attacking player. But we'll put him on central midfield attack, and off we go. Apart from that, hey, old lady plays is in the house. Welcome. You've just missed out on us almost stealing an epic point off England. We held them until the 84th minute, would you believe? But we ended up losing 1-0. Right, let's make a victory out of this game. Let's get out there. I forgot to look at the previous results against Faroe Islands, but it doesn't matter. We're going to win. We haven't lost against them for a while. We haven't played them for a while, actually, since we moved out of the Nations League Division D area. Georgie Gomez will last. He'll be fine. Actually, maybe I should have considered resting Georgie Gomez. We'll sub him off at some point. Keep him fresh for the FC Andorra games. Yes. All right, let's go. So we've already got a prediction of 8 goals. We're not doing very well towards that target at the moment. Only 1 shot on target out of our 10. No highlights so far, but you know, it'll come. It'll come. We just got to be patient. We'll put in a cheeky demand more shout. We get a free kick for the Faroe Islands here. We do not like the look of this, but here we go. Off for a quick counter. Dashery in for Perez in this game. Look, we've got loads of space over on the right. Come on, cross the ball, man. Cross the ball. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, he should have threaded that pass through, you know, before he got anywhere near the box, and that would have been a surefire goal. But anyway, it's coming. It's coming. Zarzana picks the ball up. Oh, okay, interesting. He went for a pass rather than a shot, but it worked out for him. Zarzana gets the headed goal. Probably could have scored off the through ball, if we're honest, but, you know, he thought he'd be a bit fancy. Give Dashery an assist. Good bit of control from Zarzana there. Guess he thought the defender was too close to him, so played the clever ball out wide, which they weren't expecting. Nobody was expecting it, to be honest. Yes, we've got our first goal of the evening. Now we're looking for number 2. Mayumba, Lega. Oh, that was close. That was close. All right, it's coming. It's coming. Gomez, bit of an interesting choice for the free kicks, but with Perez out of the team. England 1, Ireland 1 in one of the other games. Got to keep an eye on those scores. I doubt we can make top 2, not with Norway and Ireland in the group, but you never know. You never know. Zarzana and Perez, yes, both icons of the national team. It's kind of shame Zarzana just didn't have enough about him to perform above like a second division B level. But, you know, he's doing all right for himself in the FC Andorra B team. Has the odd season out on loan, doesn't he? Anyway, let's get a second goal before half-time. Mayumba, wild shot. Probably should have taken his time with that one a bit. Anyway, we've got a chance here. Is it going to be goal number 2? No, but we've got the corner. Right. Let's have a look. No, it's penalty. Sorry, the penalty. I wasn't paying full attention. Gomez. No, it's saved. My, this is not good. Faroe Islands must have decided after that humiliation against Norway to really shut up shop as tightly as possible. Yes, come on. Let's get a second goal before half-time. We've certainly had more highlights than the England game so far. Anyway, let's see what we can get here. Mayumba, he's slowing the pace down a bit. I guess he's not the quickest player, but we can build something here. Perez, Mayumba, come on. Now, play a through ball here. Don't shoot. Good. Dashery plays it out to Magales. Magales with the overlapping run. Zarzana can't get the header off. Mayumba, is he going to dilly on the ball again? He does that a bit too much. Does that for FC Andorra as well as the national team. But here comes Romero, one of our youngsters. They're just getting so many people behind the ball. But finally, Gijon scores the second goal of the night. Hopefully, that's going to open the floodgates a little bit. But just catching up on the chat. Yes, Sarzana is our top scorer of all time, now on 44. Old Lady Plays, you are right, that was a great day with Digi. Just it was all the build. It was all the build and anticipation, knowing that we were flooding those tweets and mentions and getting the sub train going without him being aware of it in the slightest. But yeah, that was a fantastic match. It's just yeah. The result was a shame, but we were all winners today over in FM Digi's Champions League final stream. Well, let's see if we can get some final wins today. Hopefully we can. Daiquiri, very close there. Very close to goal number 3. Right, probably going to sub off Georgie Gomez at half-time. I'm getting warnings from the assistant manager that he's kind of on his last legs. We don't want to risk an injury, especially in these weather conditions. There's a chance to add a third goal here, perhaps. Mayumba plays it out to Dashiri. Dashiri goes for the shot, but it's over the bar. And wow, Faroe Islands haven't had a shot. We've had 29, 7 on target, 78% possession. Not bad. Not particularly good either. We need to be piling up that goal difference. So let's make some changes. We're going to bring on Salva Cortez for Georgie Gomez. We're going to bring on Rui Cardoso for Zaranga. And we're going to push him up as well. So we're going to just get rid of the asymmetricness that we often employ. Make this look a bit more like the FC Andorra formation that we often use. And let's see, Lega, maybe he can play as an advanced playmaker. Cardoso inside forward. And let's put on a couple more overlaps. I just want to, you know, put the Faroe Islands to the sword a little bit. Get the ball out to the flanks, and we can take off defend narrow, push that defensive line up a bit. Team talk. Some of them are a bit complacent, so only one option out there for the second half. 29 shots indeed. Right then, first highlight of the second half. Yeah, good question you got there, Custard Prophet. I've been wondering the same myself. You know, I would hate to, like, there we go, Rui Cardoso with goal number 3. I would hate to, like, abandon a save mid-season or something like that just because the new game's out. I did have that quandary last year when I was doing the International Manager of Mystery just as a short-term series while we waited for the game to come out, and I was like just about to play a tournament when, you know, they dropped the beta a few days earlier than expected. So I just rushed all those episodes out. I think I released 3 episodes in 2 days just to finish that off, and added a little bit to my last video just to say that's it and we're moving on. Yes. Anyway, let's see if we can add number 4. Not yet. We're up to 37 shots now, would you believe? Wow. Only 10 on target, though. It's a target practice for us today. So, any content creators in the chat? We've got Custard Prophet, Old Lady Plays, FMPino here. If you want to, you know, share any of your plans or thoughts for the beta or the full release, feel free. Go ahead. Let's see, we're going to make our final substitution of the night. Let's bring on Carmona, sorry. Carmona. All right, there we go. Final 15 minutes. An ambitious weekly project from Old Lady Plays. That sounds intriguing. Okay, working on a half-hour show. All right, sounds good. And Custard Prophet thinking about completing the Gopne save alongside the beta save. And oh no, it's not 4-0. Dashiri is offside. All right, let's have a look at the replay. Yes, it's quite clearly offside. Bit optimistic to be going for that goal. All right, there's still time. There's still time for a fourth goal here. Zarzana, there we go. He does not miss those. Beautiful through ball from Carmona. And 4-0 it is. Well, 53 shots now. So you would have expected a few goals. Perhaps a few more. How are we doing on possession? 75%. This is a bit ridiculous. I remember there was a cup game we had a couple of seasons ago, and FM20 put the comment out on Twitter, I think it was. We played a lower league team, and we'd had a ridiculous amount of shots and possession. I think this tops that. Oh, Faroe Islands have had a shot apparently. Finally. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Come on. Goal number 5. No, that's been disallowed as well. Zarzana offside this time, denied his hat-trick. Okay. It's not working out for us late on. 2 disallowed goals, but a comfortable victory in the end. The warm-up for the FC Andorra component of this evening. Here we go. Free kick, very dangerous position. Who's going to take this? Carmona. And there we go. Goal number 5. I knew that one was going in. Okay. Oh, we've got a secret coming from Old Lady Plays. That sounds interesting. As the 5th goal replay goes in. So we've missed a penalty and we've had 2 goals disallowed. So yeah, we should have got 8. We did put the ball in the back of the net 7 times, and if we'd have converted the penalty, it would have been 8. Going in with pre-match predictions. So the big tips for the beginner football manager, fantastic. The follow-up on tips for the advanced football manager. Yes, nice. Nice stuff, Old Lady Plays. All sounds fantastic. I think, yeah, I'm thinking about not only what I'm going to do for Football Manager 2021, but, what content I'm going to be watching, because, we're going to be spoilt for choice, I'm sure. My main series that I've followed kind of every episode of, we've had the Pentagon Challenge with Bobby G. I've been following FM20's Journeyman all the way through, and Island Dreams as well with FM Llama, and I've been watching Holy Cow with FM Greeno just because I like the international management side of things. So that's been an interesting one to follow. There's been others that I've been in and out of. I was watching Old Lady Plays. I was watching your Canadian series that you ran for a couple of seasons. Watched all of that, but there's not enough time to watch every episode of every creator, unfortunately. There are times when we have to get selective. Custard Profit, I kind of jump in and out of your Gotne series and your Journeyman series for the key games, but yeah, we are definitely going to be spoilt for choice. We'll see how it goes. I mean, sometimes, obviously there are certain creators that I would have my eye on as people I know I would enjoy their content, and then it just comes down to a matter of what save they're doing, and how much it gets my interest. I'm open to anything. Journeymans, single club careers. It just depends on what the hook is. So total beginners, you're looking to Xbox players and so on. Yeah, possibly. And they seem to be making an effort to go after kind of a new audience. Like I saw a lot of discussion on Twitter when Spencer from #United released that kind of more in-depth look at the new features the other day, that they're perhaps going after more of a FIFA crowd and trying to bring some more of those kind of players in. So yeah, definitely a market for giving hints to the beginners. Definitely. All right, going to get back into club action now. So switch our tab over to FC Andorra. Up against Sporting Gijon, who have been a bit of a bogey side for us as of late. They beat us quite soundly last season. a couple of times, and they won the cup last season as well, which gives me hope that we can win the cup this season too. Just got to beat Barcelona to do it. Anyway, let's see how all that goes later on. Ooh, good result for San Marino there. Only a 2-0 against Kosovo. Gibraltar winning 3-1 against Malta too. So some good results for the Minnow Nations on this night of European action. Ooh, we're very close to breaking into that top 100. We haven't done that yet with Andorra. We're well behind the Cayman Islands on that score. Yes. So just catching up on Old Lady Plays chat here. Big challenge, 2 scripted 10-minute segments plus a viewer question segment to close the show. And you're working on all your assets now. Yeah, it sounds like that's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm sure there's some things I could learn from your tips for beginners as well. There's a few aspects of the game that I kind of ignore or don't take full advantage of. And it looks like there's going to be more aspects of the game like that that I kind of ignore or don't take advantage of when the new game comes out. I'm looking forward to at least the initial novelty of the new press conference and player interaction system. We'll see how long it takes before it gets a bit stale, though. What I think SI should do, when they release the patches and updates, instead of just doing like January transfer update and so on, they should use the opportunity to like load some new interactions into the game. Oh, okay. I was just about to click past this news item. Youth intake time. You're getting it all. You're getting it all on this stream. We've got the international action, Europa League Cup final, chase for a European place, and the youth intake. And look at this, our top-rated player. We've got a striker by the name Nacho Martin. Now that's a guy just crying out for a nickname. Nacho Martin. Well, let's have a look at Nacho Martin. Please, in the comments, let me know what you think of this guy. So, he's starting out as a 16-year-old with finishing of 15. All right. Acceleration of 30. Decent starting point. We're going to have to work on his pace for the kind of striker I like to play. Left-footed. That's interesting. Places shots. All right, so with his finishing, that's going to be good. High composure as well, so I think that's a good fit for the places shots. And what else have we got here? Good off the ball, little bit of flair. Decent anticipation. He's got technique as well. I think that potential. All right, I'm gonna offer this guy contract straight away. We don't want a repeat of what happened with Magales. I'm going to offer him the future prospect contract just to let him know we're serious. All right, let's negotiate the contract. It's a youth contract, so no, let's put him on a full-time contract. Yes, I'm going to put this guy on a full-time contract. Let's put him on $250 a week. Good wage for a 16-year-old. Minimum fee release clause. We'll put in 10 mil. He's agreed to that. All right, then. Good stuff. All right, so we've got here... Sorry, just catching up on the chat. Yes, I might look into that. An episode on player interactions. One thing I've never got around to doing for this one was the pre-match briefing. I think it's useful. A lot of people don't. Yeah, let's see. So, Footy Madman 007, welcome. Found my channel through Grey Hair Gaming. Well, Grey Hair Gaming is a fantastic creator, one of my favourites as well. I kind of fell behind on his Reggiana series this year, but one I'll be looking. I'll always keep an eye on what Grey Hair Gaming's going to be doing, because I'm sure he's going to pick an interesting team and he's going to pick an interesting save. We're all big fans of Grey Hair Gaming here, I think, because the profit says for Nacho already better than all of my Gotne strikers. All right, and as FM20 says, there's got to be some kind of pun. We've got to get Nacho a cheesy pun, cheesy nachos. There you go, cheesy nachos. Let's have a look at a couple of the others. Now, of course, because we're winding down this save. Now, these are guys normally that would be enough for me to sign them and get them into the B team. We've got Kevin Kubilas. Of course, I'm not too interested at the moment in that long-term development for these guys. We'll put them on youth contracts. Let's have a look. Mario Pedra. One of those mustachioed 16-year-olds that you get around Andorra. Ooh, attempts overhead kicks. I like the sound of that. 17 teamwork. Only 9 flair, which is interesting as he attempts overhead kicks, but all right. Not bad, not bad. Could be one for the national team down the line. Let's offer him a youth deal as well. The rest are kind of 2.5 stars. I mean, normally I would go through that. This guy just wants me to choose him. Choose Martin. But, you know, I'll let my head of youth development sort them out this time. As I say, you know, we're only going to be here another season maximum. So, yeah, we'll have some fun with Nachos. Let's have a look. So, press conference. Now, this is one of the things I want to be gone in the next version of the game. Look at this question. Given the large turnover in your squad over the last couple of seasons, do you feel you've earned a reputation as a manager always looking to do a deal? Fair enough question, but then the response. When I arrived at the club, there was a lot of dead wood. I've been at this club for 10 seasons now. Like, you know, why would I say that in response? Okay, Axel Speranza, yeah, big player for us. Putting good work in training. Good. All right, we're nearly... Yes, Nacho Martin is an FC Andorra player on a pro contract. Fantastic. Yes. Welcome, Nacho Martin. It's a shame we won't get to know you beyond like 17 or 18. Let's have a look. So, just catching up on the chat. So, yes, spicy forward for Nachos. Nice one, Custard Profit. And let's have a look. So, Footy Madman, you're going to start creating FM content for FM21 beta. Great. Chelsea, good choice. Chelsea are coming up later on tonight in the Europa League quarterfinals. Stick around for that. Make sure you're on Twitter. Good advice there from Old Lady Plays. Okay, so everyone, I would say get onto Twitter. Let's drop Footy Madman 007 a follow. If you know he's come here through Grey Hair Gaming, then you know that's good enough for us. And yes, good recommendations from Old Lady Plays, Custard Profit, FM Llama. Yeah, and follow the others in the chat here. We've got FM Pino as well. FM Digi, of course. It would be amiss not to... Nacho Martin has qualified as homegrown for FC Andorra. He's getting himself into the news. Now, okay, I'm going to talk you through my pre-match briefing. We mentioned it already, so let's just check on the squad selection first. So, let's have a look. Everyone's nicely recovered from the international games and so on. Do we have a bid in for Rigilson? I don't remember that happening. 24 million from Sao Paulo. Okay, hopefully that does not go through. So let's have a look. Yeah, we want all our big players in. Unfortunately, we're as well as Cario, we're still without Maicon Silva. He's going to be back in full training soon. We'll have him back for Chelsea, hopefully. So just checking the team. I'm happy with the team, so we can go into the briefing, the much maligned briefing. So I think people see the briefing as a way to build confidence because you know you get the thumbs up or the thumbs down reactions. I don't view it that way. I think it's more about kind of specifically telling your players things you want to exploit in the opposition or strengths of your own that you want to focus on. So okay, they've reacted well to the formation and the balanced mentality. I just want to emphasise shorter passing because although they didn't react positively to that, we've spent a lot of this season playing more directly and now we're kind of trying to hold on to the ball and grind out results a bit more, so that's worth emphasising. Our Lindo is faster than their defenders, so low crosses will emphasise that as well. We are going to struggle to score, so we'll also emphasise play for set pieces. Regroup is important to emphasise. I emphasise that all the time. And of course, we want to emphasise get stuck in because we do like a crunching tackle on this save as well as tighter marking. Now, this is one of the key things I find for the pre-match briefing are these player instructions. So I will go to Axel Speranza, who does, if you let him, shoot from the byline, and I will tell him that I want him to cross from the byline. It doesn't mean he's going to cross from the byline every single time, but it helps. Believe me, it helps. Sanha, you've got license to roam. You'll notice I'm playing him as the Ramdeuter because he's filling in for Silva out on the right. And we'll tell Regilson to take a few risks. So these are the kind of things. Duarte, because I am worried about the strength of the attack, I'm going to tell him to maintain his position during all phases of play. Don't really need to talk about Jordi Carrier being out. He hasn't scored for ages, but sometimes if we do have a big player out, I'll mention it. It kind of rallies people a bit. And that's it. I think it does have an effect. Oh, Football Manager. Trek Artista. Trek, good evening and welcome. Let's see. I just saw you pop up actually in the corner from the Steam overlay. You just loaded up the game, but welcome. Good to have you here. Right, let's get into the league action. So for people, we've had a couple of people join the stream. So just to fill in, so far we've had international action. The Andorran national team kicking off World Cup qualifying against England. 84th minute, England scored to win 1-0. We were so close to robbing a point off them. Didn't work out. We then went on to beat the Faroe Islands quite comfortably. Now, in the league, Sporting Gijon, we are 7th, they are 9th. We need to win to stay in the hunt for an automatic slot in Europe. We need to get, into the top 6. But Sporting Gijon are just a couple of points behind us, which makes this a pretty big game. Staff contracts and youth contracts, we're not worried about those. All right, let's get into it then. Building up for match days. Big run of matches, Sporting Gijon, Chelsea, Valencia, Chelsea, Barcelona. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be a mad series of matches. This is why we're doing this one live. Right, anyway, let's go. Maicon Silva back. Okay, so we could add him. Could add him to the subs bench for the game. Because we might need him. So who would he come in for? I guess we don't need 2 centre-backs on the bench, so I'll drop him on the bench in place of Andre. That'll do. Right then, here we go, match time. We are favourites. Let's see if... not sure if I should switch to positive, but now we've done the pre-match briefing, and I already said... and I got them all happy because we were playing balanced, so alright. Alright then, so similar looking lineups from the two teams. Actually, let me check with Sporting Gijon. I can't check from here. Last season they were being managed by Frank Lampard. But he'd normally throw a few barbs at me in the press. So I'm not sure if he's still there or not. We've had a few interesting English managers show up in this save. Gareth Southgate was in charge at Athletic Bilbao for a while. And we had Stevie G at Sevilla as well, but he got sacked after we beat them, which was very amusing. Uh-oh, not a good start here, Sporting Gijon. Oh, they've got a player charging through. Oh my God, what a goal. What a goal. Not good. Ooh, that was too easy. Look at all the Andorra players who were there, but just not in exactly the right place. All right, catching up on the chat. Sorry, so... yeah, I haven't done anything in the chat about that. I mean, you can go ahead and try and share the link if it lets you, but I haven't done anything. I haven't changed any of the standard chat rules. Anyway, can we get back into this? No, not yet. All right. We might have to make that switch to the more positive play, like I was tempted to before the game. Because this Roussel guy is dangerous. Oh my god, almost 2-0. Yeah, okay, we'll close him down. I think we might have to go in hard on him, give him a few bruises as well. Gonna demand more from the boys. Shots on target we haven't had. Trying to get creative as well. It's another corner. Is there going to be a quick break? Sanha picks this one up. Come on. Come on, FC Andorra. This is what we do well. Sanha gets past his man. Is there anybody with him in the box? Speranza. Oh, side netting. Oh, that could have been a great goal. That could have been a great goal. Man. All right. Give it till half time. And then we'll look to make some changes. Demand more. Come on, final 5 minutes. This is often a time when we score. Right, come on. Let's build something from the back here. Georgie Gomez. Buena Casa. On loan from Chelsea. So I don't think he's actually going to be available against Chelsea. Probably. Speranza. And come on, Duarte. We haven't seen much from him today. Sanha. Thread a ball through to Speranza. Speranza, come on, take that shot. Yes! Is that going to be allowed? Have we got a flag up? We've got a flag up. Goal review. Against Arlindo. That's harsh. I guess he was standing in front of the keeper. All right. Annoying. Annoying. But at least that gives us some hope that we can hit them on the break. We can get back into this as long as we're not 2-0 down when we get to half-time. Oh, okay, good positioning, good catch from Jimenez. We really need to sort that guy out. Just so far, it's been a matter of Sporting Gijon have just been better with their shots, haven't they? So team talk, we're definitely telling them that that has not been good enough. Let's ring the changes. So let's go. Take off play out of defense, put on the overlaps. Run at the defense as well. Take that off, get it out to the flanks, and let's get out there for the second half. All right. Okay, here's the chance early in the second half. Too close to the keeper. Now we've got to watch for the break. Come on. Come on, boys. We've got to want this more than they do. Jonathan picks it up. Nice play. He's making the overlapping run as we asked him to. Guedes now. We haven't seen much from the central midfield today. Speranza. Speranza. He's got pace, but he just does not beat people. But something's happening here. Are they gonna check for a red card? Red card review it is. Usually with VAR it's like a penalty or an offside goal. And no, just a free kick. No red card given. Corner now. Come on, boys. Let's get something from this. Regielson. Arlindo. Yes, finally. Finally. We get on the score sheet. No, not another VAR review. Bloody hell. No. Second disallowed goal of the game. We had 2 disallowed against the Faroes as well. Come on, boys. Get a bit creative. Come on. We've got to beat this offside trap somehow. And now this Roussel guy's going for it again. Right, we've got to look at the changes then. Speranza's not having a good game. Sanha's not having a good game. Step forward. Andorra on icon. Jose Francisco Perez. Going to be an inverted winger out on the right. Then, who else are we going to bring in? I mean, I suppose we could, if Speranza doesn't pick up, we can pull Perez out to the left and we can bring Silva in for his big comeback. Don't get another shout yet. All right. Come on, boys. Close them down. Get that ball off them. Come on, we've got to force them into a mistake here. Get a quick counter. It looks like they're going to get the chance. Oh, we didn't quite clear it. Come on, Andorra. You can do this. Okay, we forced them all the way back to the keeper. I think a goal's coming at the end of this highlight. It's just which end is it going to come? Is it going to come at? Sporting Gijon looking to get another chance off here. It's Roussel again. No. Just not gone right for us. 2 disallowed goals as well. Right. Gonna go super high on the tempo. Tell them to get more expressive. Speranza's picked up a bit. He's onto a 6.6 now. It's Guedes who's not having a good game, so we're just going to make the call. Although Mayumba is not as good a player as he is, we'll bring him on. If you're underperforming, you've got no business on the pitch. But yeah, it looks like Sporting Gijon are going to leapfrog us in the table. We're going to have to focus on the cups. Right, final substitution. Then we will just switch things around like this a bit. We'll take Speranza off. We'll bring on Moreno. Had that purple patch of form mid-season. That hasn't done much since. Perez out on the left, Lindo on the right, but nothing happening now. Let's see if we can get something here. We might be able to make it interesting, but again, it's just straight to the keeper. No, come on, not 3-0. That would just be... okay, we got away with it. Yeah, you missed another goal, old lady plays, but unfortunately, not at our end. You just couldn't hit the target today. Only 2 shots out of 16 on target. Maybe need to look at working it into the box a bit more. Not good enough, boys. Not good enough. At least if the Chelsea scouts were watching, they're just going to go back home and say, that's going to be easy. That's going to be easy. Right, post-match press conference. We'll put the disappointment behind us. Portuguese team watching Lindo. It's not going to happen. And a stupid question about our home form. All right. Well, big game coming up though against Chelsea. We're just going to have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and get back to it. It's the, you know, can't recapture that moment of magic we had against Manchester United, unfortunately. Right, anyway. That's just getting things set up for the next game here. Let's go through. Speranza is going to be suspended for the Valencia game after picking up a yellow. Yeah, well, chance for Perez to come in, chance for a bit of rotation. That means we use Speranza in both Chelsea games. He'll have a rest in between. So that's fine. Good time to get the suspension, I suppose. Right, so this is the month we've got coming up. Chelsea, Valencia, Chelsea, Barcelona. We've also got Real Madrid and then a league game against Barcelona coming up in April as well. Right. Paul Ince. Did you know Paul Ince was one of my coaches? He's failed his pro license course about 10 times now. Oh dear me. I just went for big name coaches, or people who are big name players, even if they weren't big name coaches. All right, just dropped you a follow, FM Madman. Got it popped up on my notifications from Twitter. I've sent you one back. I'll look forward to checking out your channel when you get started. Right. Let's have a look. A B for the month of March. So they're pleased with the 9-1 Spanish Cup semi-final victory, as they should be. Pleased with the 3-2 Europa League victory. Pleased with our 4-1 win over Vallecano. Plenty for them not to be pleased about as well. Everything's still good though. Dressing room atmosphere, managerial support. So I guess, you know, the success in the Cups is keeping morale up. I'll skip the scouting meeting for now. That's one thing I'd like to change. I think it is changing the old recruitment meeting. It's one of the new features, but I just find this format of the scouting meeting, you know, I just started ignoring them apart from when we get close to transfer windows, because it just takes so long to click through them all. And, you know, I want to check the players out that have been recommended to me. But, yeah. We'll see how it is in the new game. All speculation at the moment. So thinking of the new game, one idea I had for streaming, let me know what you think about this in the chat as we go. So just checking on the loanee players. So I have run in the past the International Manager of Mystery series. Now this year we did it a bit differently, combining it with New Gen Nation. But we've also done it as a journeyman a couple of times in the past as well. So what I'm thinking is I run that. Now that's the advantage of doing that as an international journeyman, and I'm going to have the aim of the international hexagon. I want to win all 6 continental championships. But especially with those smaller teams, you get those regional tournaments that come up like every couple of years. So what I'm thinking with that is we can very easily get to a position once a week where there's a tournament to be played, or like a whole bunch of qualifying matches in quick succession. And that can be the stream. It can be like a 1.5 hour stream, do a tournament, we're in charge of, let's say, I don't know, Bangladesh, and we do the South Asian Championship tournament in a stream, and then the next week we do like the Asian Cup qualifiers and that kind of thing. That's an idea I had. It could be that we do then a couple of episodes in between, like regular episodes, and then we stream the tournaments. So if that's something that you like the sound of, do let me know in the chat. I'm also thinking of rerunning New Gen Nation again as an experiment. This time, and again, I'd appreciate your suggestions in the chat. I'm trying to think. I need a nation where the players that come through, when we transfer the youth academies over to the new nation, the players are not going to pick up a second nationality. Because that kind of did for the Cayman Islands. We could have had a world-class team if half of the world-class players who came through didn't decide to play for England. Oh, no. Goalkeeper's out. Pulled his pecs. Overdoing it, flexing at the ladies. He's pulled his pecs. He's going to miss the Chelsea game. Bugger. Yeah, okay, so Pino gives a thumbs up. Yes, the streams would be on YouTube. We'd be looking for, I don't know, maybe could be a Friday night stream. We'll have to see when other people are streaming and make sure, you know, I'm not limiting my audience by like streaming at the same time as Trek, for example. All right, FC Andorra youth candidates beat the under-19s. That's good to see. I guess, though, old Nacho, he must have been, or as if we've already signed him to a contract, he must have been put into the under-19 team. I love it when that happens. And they lost. All right, so they want us to sign, yeah, let's sign the recommended players. We'll go with that. Right then, Maicon Silva, yeah. I would bring him back in anyway. Sanha coming in for Regilson. Regilson suspended, so that makes sense. Jonathan suspended. Yeah, those are all logical changes, so we'll just go ahead with the suggestions. They want me to drop to defensive. Even with the Andorra national team, I don't play defensive, so no. We're not going to do that. We'll take it one game at a time, see what happens. We've been sharp in training. Not interested in selling our Lindo? No. Stupid question. João Duarte is going to be big in this game. Umbar's going to be big in this game. Let's bring it on. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a possibility. International Manager Mystery might be regular streams. It might be just regular episodes. The thing I like about it is it's just so fast to get through that we can. They don't like the formation for this one. It's so quick to get through that we can shoot through the seasons quite quickly. But yeah, we might go for a weekend stream on that one. Yeah, so New Gen Nation, we need to pick a nation where my players are not going to end up in. They're not going to end up taking up second nationalities. Okay, we want lots of crosses from Speranza. Silva, no, we don't want him playing like that. Let's get him back on as a winger. We'll put him on support. All right. But we get those crosses over to Speranza. Tight marking from the midfield, please. And from the fullbacks. Crosses from deep. Crosses from deep. Speranza, you can mark your man as well, right? Right then, Chelsea at home. So, let's see. So far, in our 2 seasons in Europe, we've beaten Roma. We've beaten PSV. We've beaten Feyenoord. Yeah, we've beaten Bournemouth. We've beaten Barcelona at home as well last season, don't forget. Never mind the second leg. And we've beaten Manchester United. So, you know, we have performed on the big European nights. Predictions in the chat, please. What's your feeling for the Chelsea game? I suppose, actually, I never do this kind of thing. We should just have a quick look at how Chelsea are doing in the Premier League. They are second in the Premier League. Oh, bugger. Second in the Premier League, the only team that's keeping pace with Liverpool by the looks of things. Game in hand on them, 5 points back. Yeah, I guess we've got to hope that they are more focused on the league than the Europa League. They've got West Ham home at the weekend, so it's not like they've got a tough game that they need to rest players for. All right. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Oh, yes. Got my national scouts have been checking out the FC Andorra youth candidates. Good job. We'll put them in. All right. So Chelsea are favourites, as you might expect. Right. So the only change I'm considering is possibly playing Perez in right back, because that is not Andre's natural position. Let's get some Andorran representation in there. So we're going to have Perez, Georgie Gomez, and then we're going to have the Andorran icon, Jose Francisco Perez, on the bench. So we've at least got some Andorran faces in there. So Buenacasa is allowed to play against his parent club. Let's do it. Good point, old lady plays. I should have checked that as well. Hopefully they had the Monday night game. All right, into the dressing room we go. Let's show everyone what we're capable of, which we did not do in that league game at the weekend. Okay, we've played the Europa League theme, whatever that is. And let's go for it. One thing also, Football Manager 2021 plan, because I'm thinking about having the International Manager of Mystery out there as an ongoing save and starting it early this time so we can kind of complete it. I'm also thinking about doing some guides to international management on Football Manager. So if that's something you think sounds like a good idea, let me know. Damn it. Hudson Odoi scores on the half-hour mark. First chance of the game. We're 1-0 down. Not what we wanted. Had been pretty even up to that point. Demand more, of course. Especially with the goalkeeper overwhelmed by feedback from the Chelsea manager. Here we go, Speranza. Yes, he's beating his man. Come on, Speranza. Why didn't you cross it like I told you to? That should have been a goal. All right. We've got this. We can get back into this. Something we can get back into. All right. Team talk. Yeah, I thought it would be a bit of a different thing that might get people interested. So something else in the second half. Sanha, you're staying quiet, so I'm going to single you out for being rubbish. that wasn't a good idea. Right, tactics then. We need to get back into this. So my usual changes when we're chasing the game: run at the defense, take off slow pace down, get it out to the flanks. Start the second half. We need to get back into this. Yeah, Kepa still in goal for Chelsea after all these years. Oh, they've got an Everton. Everton. I'm thinking about Everton for the beta. Or the beta. I flip between the two. But it might not quite be what you expect. I won't say any more than that. Anyway, let's see if we can get back into this. If we go 2-0 down, that's going to be a bit of a disaster. Nice block by Perez. Oof, that was a dangerous ball. Luckily, Duarte was alert. Played it back to Santos. Gets it out to the flanks to Speranza. Speranza, come on, bringing it inside with the run. Duarte to Silva. Silva should have run with it, but he headed it back in. Speranza. Ooh. Thought that was going to be a goal. Right. Okay. What are we going to do here? Sanna's not performing well, but I do not have an attacking midfielder to bring on for him. So I think we're going to have to go 2 up top. Which means we should be doing that from here. From the Tactics tab. Right. Let's pull our Lindo out to the side a bit. And we're going to bring on Iker Moreno. Now, what are we going to put him on? Pressing forward. Attack. Right. And let's just play things a bit wider. Get those early crosses in as well. Right, come on, boys. Come on, boys. There's a goal coming here. I can feel it. Buenacasa pushing further forward. Deep cross. Oof. Oof. Moreno almost got in front of Kepa for that one. But now we've got the Chelsea counter. The defence are back in position, but they're standing off. And Everton with the killer blow. This is going to be very difficult to turn around now. Very difficult. Let's see if we can pull something back here. Come on, boys. Speranza heads over. It's just not my night with the club action. No! 3 bloody no. That's no good. I think the change in formation has not done us any favours at all. Right, so... Can we just plop someone in that hole? And hope for the best? Right, I think we've probably, we've gone too wide and we're pushing people up too much. Well, we'll still go for it. We'll tuck ourselves in a bit narrower. Okay, are we getting a highlight straight from the kickoff? Or is that just because I was fiddling with the tactics? Come on, Andorra. We've got to get something here. It's not going well, though. 15 minutes left. 3-0, not the kind of score we wanted at home. They've only had 5 shots as well. Anyway, Speranza, come on. Do something. Show us something here. He takes the shot. Moreno wins the... No, he doesn't get the corner. Doesn't get the corner. Damn. Speranza, his ratings dropped horribly. Take him off. Then just so I don't get all the criticisms in the press conference for it. Right. Chelsea, a bit of time wasting here. They're obviously happy to run down the clock. As long as they don't score a 4th goal. They nearly do. Not our night. Do we have someone positioned for the break? No, we don't. Right. We've got 1 substitution left, so we may as well use it. We'll get Crush on before we get one of our defenders sent off. Probably means we're going to be missing someone for the second leg as well. European bubbles finally burst. I think that could possibly be our first ever European defeat at home as well. I'm going to go aggressive on that one. Far from pleased with that. Yep, definitely going to be tough to overcome. Still, you never know. We could be in for one of the most epic of FM moments. Highly unlikely, but you know. Yeah, ask me about my loanee players after a big defeat in Europe. Good idea. Right, so this is the offer for Regielson, 24 million. Oh, okay. When I played this one, it did say he was going to be unsettled if I refused it, and now it says that he's not bothered. So okay, we'll turn it down. Easy decision to make. I always do that. If they give you time to think about the decision, I will leave it. I'll just leave it up until the deadline. Right, we're definitely calling out Speranza on that performance. For a guy on £105,000 a week, when the next highest paid player is on £38,000 a week, a 5.9 definitely doesn't do it. All right, good night, FM20. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, we're good luck in the second leg. Yeah, I'm sure the second leg's going to be fun. All right, well, we're going to go through those matches. So we've got Valencia coming up in the league, Chelsea in the second leg of that quarter-final, then Barcelona in the cup. It could be a painful, 45 minutes or so we've got coming up. At least the boys are doing well in training. They're keeping their heads up. Okay. Avoiding relegation arrives as FM20 departs. Welcome, sir. So I won't give any spoilers, but I hear that avoiding relegation, Old Lady Plays, you've finished your group in the Football Manager YouTube Invitational Tournament. Hopefully we'll be seeing those episodes out over the next few days. So everyone watching, make sure you're following Old Lady Plays and Avoiding Relegation and Grey Hair Gaming for that group. All right, let's just get through the press conference. Good, all standard questions. Second row answers. All right, so how's your day been avoiding relegation? Working on those plans for FM21, I would hope. Right. I guess tactics-wise, this did carry us through a really good patch of form, playing with this balanced mentality and kind of trying to build play from the back a bit more. But I guess AI has sussed us out a bit. I don't know if I should... It's Valencia away, though, so I don't know if that's the best time to revert to our normal kind of more positive formation. Yeah, it would have been a great moment, I think, if FM Digi had won his match, but it wasn't to be on this occasion. He's got one more shot, and if that shot works out, we'll be there for it. Right, I'm going to go pretty strong in for this game because I don't need to rest players for the Chelsea game. It's not worth it. So let's get our Lindo out onto the right. He has done very well. He scored a lot of goals from there for us this season. We'll give Moreno a game up front. I'm going to bring in Mayumba for Duarte. We'll put in Sanha for Regielson. Perez starts, of course, because Speranza's suspended. I'm going to put Angel Hernandez in at left back. Jonathan, he's fresh because he was suspended for that game with Chelsea. So Georgie Gomez, he might as well sit this out. He is injury prone. I work hard to manage Georgie Gomez's injuries. He doesn't get injured often, so I know I'm doing a decent job of that. I think I can bring in Carlos Alberto for Umbar as well. Santos can stay in goal. Let's see. keep focusing our play. We're going to put on early crosses. I think that might help. Right, so into the briefing we go. Tactics. They don't like the tactic against a strong team, but they do like shorter passing. So I'm emphasizing early crosses because that's been added in as a new thing. I'll play for set pieces because we're good on those. Distribute to the centre backs. Make sure we get that counter-attacking and regrouping in. And defend narrower as well. Right. Tell our Lindo to cut inside. Always worth a reminder. And we've got to rally round without Axel Speranza. Alright, Custard Prophet, you have missed. Yes, Old Lady Plays has filled you in, unfortunately. A bit of a poor performance. Chelsea were just much more clinical in front of goal. And we weren't able to get a sniff, really. No disallowed goals this time. Yeah, it was just pretty much all Chelsea. Speranza got a terrible rating, basically, because most of our play went through him, and the end product was just lacking. Don't think he played particularly badly, it's just he didn't get on the score sheet, didn't provide the dangerous crosses that he normally does. Right, let's continue. Yeah, just as well we featured the Man United game as the big one. That was worth it. The European run this season's been worth it just for that extra time win over Manchester United. That will definitely make the FM20 highlight reel for me personally. Okay, so these are the three games. Valencia, Chelsea, yeah, that's a bit of a non-event now, the second Chelsea game. But yeah, then Barcelona in the cup. I'm thinking I might just play a completely random, unusual formation against Chelsea to fool the Barcelona scouts. Like the formation I used with the Andorra national team. I'll play that against Chelsea, maybe. I have done that in past FMs, and it has worked for me. Well, when I've got a big game coming up, and I'm kind of coasting in the league, like I'm either way out in front if you know the team's doing well, or we've got no chance of challenging for the title, so the league games don't matter so much, and we've got a big European or Cup game coming up. I will play like a different formation to what I normally do for like 2 or 3 matches in a row, with the idea that the opposition are going to be scouting me, and then you get that question that, oh, they probably know how you're going to play, and then I just switch back to my normal formation. Boom, we smash them. Thank you, Custard Prophet. It was indeed a classic moment of the series. All right, Valencia. Big game, Valencia flying high in the league. If we are to stay in the hunt for... Actually, I was thinking staying in the hunt for a European place. I don't want to diminish the value of this match, but I just thought Barcelona are pretty much a shoe-in for Champions League. So we've probably qualified for Europe just by making the cup final, haven't we? Probably. We'll see. Actually, that's something I can get your feedback on while you're all here. I'm wondering, I doubt really, the rate I play at, I doubt I'm really going to have time to do another full club and country season before the beta comes out. So I have been considering, because there is a bit more mileage to run with the national team. We've got that Nations League Division B campaign in a couple of years' time. We've got World Cup qualifying going into next season. I am considering resigning as FC Andorra manager at the end of this season, and then just running the last 3 or 4 episodes of the series to get to 100, just managing the national team. and then we'll see how FC Andorra do without me. At this rate, they'd probably do better without me in charge, to be honest. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. Valencia with a good opportunity. They get the corner. We don't get the break. Not highlight worthy. This is a similar pattern to most of our games so far, in that up to the half-hour mark, we contain them, and I do not know how Valencia did not score there. Yeah, then they score off a set piece or something like that, but... yeah, that one with the switching up the tactics old lady plays, that is just... that's me thinking about this as a video game rather than as a simulation of football. I'm sure in the real world of football such tactics would not work. Anyway, long ball up to Moreno. First chance for us in like 3 matches. But it's saved. That's the kind of break we've got to be able to take if we're going to get anything out of this game. We have a storied history with Valencia, of course. They were the team that relegated us many seasons ago. They're the team that we knocked out of the Cup in the quarterfinals this year. Not happy with your performance. Get out there. So we've had a few big games with Valencia. They're just a step above us, I think. You know, with a bit more development from my youngsters, maybe 1 or 2 astute signings, we can raise ourselves up to the level of Valencia. We're quite a way off Barcelona and Real Madrid. If we're going to be giving the ball away like that, we're still a way off Valencia as well. They've obviously been given quite the rising half-time team talk. We've weathered the storm. Demand a bit more from these boys. Perez, conditions dropped. Most of the attacking line not performing well. At least Valencia are uninterested after their feedback from their manager, so it's obviously not getting through to them. Right, come on, we've got to get a quick break here somewhere. Come on. We've got to get something from this live stream. Corner for Valencia. I'm worried this is going to result in a goal. No, decent chance. But, yeah. We'll see. Because you'd prefer me to kind of crack on and try and get another full season in with FC Andorra. I suppose it's possible. Half term next week for me, so there would, in theory, be more time. Right, let's get the substitution merry-go-round into action. So I think it's time to put Maicon Silva out there for our Linda. We'll get Regielson on for Sanha. And we'll bring on Umbar for Alberto. He's been the better of our defenders, but he's on a yellow, so we'll take him off. We'll praise them for getting to 85 minutes and still being in it. Looks like the match is just going to peter out. We're going to grab an undeserved point. We'll take it. Now, obviously it depends what Real Sociedad and Sporting Gijon do, but we are still in the hunt for 6th. It's not over yet. Right. Good, proving everybody wrong. Right, so we hold Valencia to a draw. Perez injured. So Speranza will play against Chelsea despite being rubbish against Chelsea in the first leg. We'll leave that one to the physio. Oh, I hope Perez is fit for the cup. because you know it's the Andorran icon. I was going to start him in the cup final. Right. Okay. Angel Hernandez played well. Nice. Said Mayamba is injured. Only 2 days. Plenty of loanee players out in action today. Right. Ooh, Sporting Gijon and Real Sociedad play each other. 0-0 draw, please. 2-2 draw. That'll do. So that pretty tight in this battle for 6 between ourselves, Sporting Gijon, Real Sociedad, and Espanyol. But 4th, that's gone now. I was hopeful at one point earlier in the season that we'd be able to get that 4th spot, but Champions League football is not going to come. Damn it. Injured Perez is out of the Spanish Cup final. Damn. Honestly, I was going to start him. No matter what the form, it was like Perez deserves to play in the cup final. We'll start Hernandez then. Right, 2 games to go. We're not going to have a Euro Cup semi-final. I thought if we had a Euro Cup semi-final, we might, you know, even extend the stream even more. Oh, I'll add that guy to the shortlist. Look at me, still scouting 16-year-olds when I'm talking about playing only 1 more season. We've got Nachos. We've got Nachos for that. I don't know if any of you find that, but when you get to this stage of the Football Manager cycle, you know the new game's coming. Do you, answer this question for me down in the chat, do you make decisions that you would not normally make? Like, do you splurge on a big money signing that you might normally hesitate on because you think, I'm only going to play 1 more season, so let's just do it? Do you offer out huge contracts to hold on to your star players because you think, it doesn't matter if I completely destroy the club's finances now because I'm not going to play beyond this season? Do you? I do. I'm thinking, if I do play another season of this, I'm thinking big transfer window. Right, anyway, let me just catch up on the chat. So, yeah, maybe focus on the league next time round. I mean, I don't think we're equipped to win the league. It would be nice if we can win the cup today. On this form, we're not going to. But if we could win the cup today, that would be good. Then I might think more seriously about resigning at the end of the season, having won something, at least. Anyway, let's swap things up. So what other tactics have I got here? That one, no, that's rubbish. Might just load in the Andorra tactic. That's not it. It might just be that I've tinkered and kind of developed that Andorran tactic so much that I've just never saved it. You see, it originally started out as a 4-4-2, which it obviously isn't anymore. When in doubt, just copy what your 100th in the world national team do. See, now this is where this was born from a bit, was that Perez can't really play here very well, so I push him up. This is actually the tactic I used with Sheffield United in the, what was it called? The Football Manager Premier League. That's where this tactic was born. Anyway, they want me to put... I'm not putting Cario on the bench if he's carrying a knock. Just not my style. Right, Hernandez is getting rested for the cup final. I'm going to play Moreno up front, of course. Guedes, we can rest for the cup final as well. Yeah. Perez can come in. Gayan can play as well. And can I play someone on the right instead of Silva? Yes, I can. All right. Okay, so old lady plays, you say you treat the club as you always do. Okay. Okay. Just the profit's the same. They don't like the positive mentality idea. All right. Tighter marking. Let's defend narrow. We're looking for quick counter-attacks. Yeah. All right, let's just get through this Chelsea game and then get onto the big one. Spanish Cup. Plenty of matches to play through on the Wednesday. All right, let's... wow. Interesting bit of social news. James Dean tipped to win an award. Nice to see he's still getting recognition after all these years. All right, we're looking for a complacent Chelsea. We're just looking to give Chelsea a bit of a bloody nose here. Get a measure of revenge. I doubt we're going to win 3-0, but you never know. I am playing a weakened team, of course. We've got one eye on the cup final. Let's do it. Right, let's show everyone what we're capable of. Tearing you apart, old lady plays, whatever do you mean? The Footy Madman. If you're recording OBS Studio, what are you using for video editing? I use an open source program called Shotcut. If you just type in Shotcut Video Editor into Google, you'll find it. It's completely free. Lots of tutorials for it on YouTube. And, you know, it does the job. When you're starting out, I would say you don't want to be worrying about doing anything too fancy. You'll just want to, you know, trim the beginning and the end where you have that few seconds where you kind of started recording and you're setting things up. You might want to trim out some things in between matches where perhaps, you know, you're just clicking through to get from one match to the next. And it's easy enough to do that with Shotcut. Also, it allows you to do your recordings in OBS. Basically, Shotcut handles all sorts of video formats as well. So whatever your settings in OBS, I save my recordings as FLVs, and then Shotcut just automatically edits them whereas a lot of other paid editing programs, even you'd have to convert the file before you could edit it. So that's what I go with. DaVinci Resolve, because the Prophet mentioned that has a free and a paid version. I've heard the free version's pretty good. And Sony Vegas, yeah, I did get that. I got it as part of a humble bundle, I think. Did try that, but just went back to Shotcut afterwards. It was decent. I'm sure if I spent a bit more time with it, I would have got a bit better with it. And haven't heard of the one avoiding relegation uses Film Pro. Is that I guess as it says Pro, it's is it paid for avoiding relegation? And Old Lady Plays uses the paid for Sony Vegas. And okay, so your flatmate's a videographer. Nice. So you get to use it. I guess, yeah, they've released a couple of other versions, 16, 17. Right. We're playing terribly in this game, but somehow it's 0-0. All right. And that was an option in the halftime team talk to tell them they've been terrible. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve, I know there's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube. Other things you might consider, depending on your setup, Footy Madman, you might consider Audacity for recording audio. I started doing that when I record episodes, obviously for the live stream. I'm doing everything. I'm using Streamlabs OBS for this, but when I do my regular recordings, I record in Audacity just because I think that gives me a bit of a richer sound. Then, I just match it up with the video. I just do like a 1, 2, 3 clap at the start of the video, and then I mute OBS and just record through Audacity. And then I can get my voice set up as I like it. Sanha nearly scoring for us there. We've been all right with this formation, actually, this 4-4-2. The changes worked well. Maybe I'll keep this one for the cup final and and really mess things up. All right, Buenacasa against his parent club. It comes through to Speranza. He's scored those so many times this season, but just not tonight. Demand a bit more. Okay, cool. Another chance for us. It's been a lot of FC Andorra in the second half, has to be said. 15 minutes to go. Oh, Moreno, I thought he'd stolen it then, and he was going to get the run in on goal. But it looks now like it's going to be Chelsea. Oh my God, what was that? What was that? Oh, you peg Chelsea back for 75 minutes, and then they score an absolute wonder goal. What would the XG be on that? Just saw the keeper off his line. Ugh. That was cruel. It is not our night. Anyway, let's give a couple of people runs out. Let's have Gomez and Mbar, take you guys off. Give them a rest ahead of the big cup game. Same for Regielson. All right, let's get this painful quarterfinal behind us. At least this was only 1-0. We had chances, though, in that second half. It wasn't just me imagining it, was it? We had chances to, take the lead at least. Well, that's Europe over for this season. Good effort. Wrong choice of team talk. True, yeah. Them scoring with the away goals rule. We still need 4 to win. But 3 wouldn't be enough to force extra time. Alright, some money in the bank from that European run. We'll have some more money at the end of the season. The players worked hard. Just that moment of magic. Right then. Time for the big one. If you'll excuse me, I'm just going to... Let's save the game while we're here. I'm just going to tweet out the fact that we're about to play the cup final for any late night viewers out there. Right, let's just get the tweet out. So starting now, FC Andorra take on Barcelona in the Spanish Cup final. I'll mention that we've had an evening of poor form. So can we turn it around when it counts? Hashtag FM20. Alright, old lady plays that. I'll get a move on. Right, cup final it is then. Barcelona, of course, have had more rest than us. We've been off to London for a Thursday night game. Travel back on the Friday. Little bit of training. Friday, Saturday, and then cup final time. Right then, I'm thinking tactics. We return to what we know. We're gonna go. Now, wait a minute. Okay, here it is. Sometimes this happens, I think. I tinker with a tactic a lot, and then I kind of maybe lose. So I always keep a like reset version. So Cayman V2 is my reset version for this tactic that we use against teams where we're expecting them to be the favourites. So that's what we've done. We've reset the tactic. All right, thanks for the retweets, by the way. Custard Profit, avoiding relegation. And Footy Madman. All right, this is what it's all about, getting to the cup final. Hopefully we can get something out of this. See, I would have been interested in this guy until I saw that over there on the cons. Doesn't enjoy big matches, can be wayward with passing. No thanks. If he's wayward with passing, I will not be wayward on passing him over. Right. Indeed. This is what Saturday evenings were made for. That's the message sent out on Twitter by Custard Profit. Andre not training well, probably thinking that he's not going to play in the cup final, so he doesn't care. Right then. We started the night well with that narrow defeat to England. And then a big win over the Faroe Islands. We haven't actually won a game with FC Andorra yet this evening, have we? So this is it. This is the game that we've got to win. Right, my assistant manager wants me to put Sanha into central midfield ahead of Guedes. I'm not going to do that. Guedes is fine in that role. Right, 87,000 fans. This is at Elche Stadium. It's a stadium that's been newly built since this save started, hence why it's just named after the club. Pretty large for Elche. I didn't realise they were that big. Historic Spanish Cup final. FC Andorra appearing in their first Spanish Cup final in our 87-year history. Whatever the outcome, we will thank Arlindo, the competition top goal scorer, of course. We will. We'll thank him even more if he actually bloody well scores today, and it's not disallowed. Predictions in the chat, please. We've been pretty poor this evening. Do you think we're actually going to pull something out of the bag here? By the way, Barcelona are managed by Jurgen Klopp, just in case you didn't know. He says his players enjoy the big occasions. Right, let's have a team talk. We're expected to win this final. No, we're not. We don't get to play in a cup final every day. So embrace the occasion? Could be. Everyone's going to be hyping the match? I don't know. I'm proud of you for reaching the final. We want to win it. No grander. I'm going to go with the second one. You don't get to play in a cup final every day. Side Mayumba doesn't like that. You don't get to play in a cup final every day. And he says, I don't think it's reasonable. Never mind. These are all changing soon. We'll just ignore him. Say we're pleased with everyone. Right. Oh, press conference. So we've never won the Spanish Cup. True. Okay, we're the underdogs for a reason. We'll downplay our chances a bit. Yeah, I just want to win the cup. We're not worried about what comes after. Yeah, okay, no match was more important than the other. We'll analyse everybody before the game. Not going to discuss tactics before the match. We prefer victory over kind words from Jurgen Klopp. We won't celebrate until we've won. Okay, Jurgen, nice man. We get along well. We'll give him that. Sanha's trained well. And we won't discuss that issue. So, Old Lady Plays is optimistically going for 1-0 after extra time, even though she doesn't want extra time, because that would just make things run longer. Avoiding relegation, time to bounce back with a win. It is. But can we? Right. Squad. Big changes to squad. That's because we just didn't pick the strongest team against Chelsea midweek. Low crosses, set pieces. Get the ball to the centre backs. Slow the pace down when you do so. Make sure you regroup when we lose the ball, but don't lose it too much. Get stuck in with the tackles. They never get stuck in against Barcelona, but I always say it anyway. I am going to hold off on any player instructions. Jonathan, I will tell him to hit crosses from deep. Silva, mark his man as he's support rather than attack. Tension's building. Of course, Barcelona have broken our hearts before. We had the Europa League semi-final last year. We beat them at home. But if you remember, that was the game. I think it was all fairly tight. And then it was just like last 10 minutes they scored 2 or 3 times to make it look quite comprehensive. But that's the kind of thing we're up against. Profit made in the first division. Where did FC Andorra sit? We're 7th with a profit of £11.75 million. Nowhere near Barcelona, of course. Custard Profit is going for a Barcelona win, just because he wants to be wrong. Well, thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, the logic behind it. Right then. Come on, everyone, let's get some FC Andorra hype going in the chat. Let's get some of that positive energy in there. Speranza's being tipped for the Spanish League Young Player of the Year. Gomez showing fantastic progress. Good player for most La Liga sides, of course. Come on, lurkers in the chat as well. Even if we haven't heard from you this evening, get your voice in there. Forza Andorra, or whatever they say in Catalan. Vamos Andorra, that'll do. Forza Andorra will do as well. Come on Andorra, Heidi Andorra. Let's have the lot. Right, cup final day. No suit, no tie. That's just not my style. We'll quickly get through that. We don't need to do the scouting reports. And here we go. It's the Spanish Cup final. FC Andorra against Barcelona. Let's just confirm my suspicions that, of course, because Barcelona are playing in the Champions League, they've had a day extra to prepare for the game. They had an epic win over Real Madrid by the looks of things. Away goals coming into it. Yeah, there you go. No, wait. They lost on away goals. Whoops. I don't know how to read a scoreline properly. That's not very good. Okay, good. We're getting the hype going in the chat now. We're going to do it. Just got to believe. Right, here we go. Submit the team. Oh, let me just check my subs, actually. Perez. I'm going to put Perez on the bench. I'm going to put Perez on the bench in place of Carlos Alberto. What's going on here? Why have I done this? Why have I done this? I picked the team after the game. Hernandez starts, just so we can have an Andorran starting the game. Mayumba's on the bench. Perez is on the bench. Jordi Cario has passed his fitness test. We're going to bring him in. He's been poor this season, or the last few games, but so has Moreno. So Cario comes in. He could make a difference. He's that kind of big game player. Teams are warming up. Right. Barcelona. They've got Mbappe on the right. They've got Sancho on the left. We started the evening with Sancho on the left for the England national team. We've seen today in FM Digi's match Mbappe working the magic for PSG. Now it's time to nullify them. So, into the dressing room we go. The assistant manager says, tell them the pressure's off. No. Show everyone what you're capable of. Have faith in you. We've got a motivated defence. They'll need to be. Teams lined up. Come on. Andorra. Here we go. FM Lama has joined us. And we've got DKV. De Kolde Vestriben. Welcome, gentlemen. Linda hasn't been getting the goals this evening. Has got goals, but they've all been disallowed, which has been a bit annoying. Chasing lamely, welcome. You did get here just on time for the cup final. You have missed nothing. We have been awful tonight in the stream. Lost every big game. And now, straight away, the first real chance for Barcelona. And Sancho just ghosting in at that back post. Jonathan missed his man, let his man go. Oh, come on, boys, get creative. Oh, that killed the highlight. So that was a good call. That was a good call. Barcelona are about to take a free kick in dangerous position. I made a shout. and suddenly they disappeared. But some idiot lost the ball, but Silva's picked it up. Come on, Silva. Silva, Jonathan, Duarte, get it back out to the wings. Come on, boys, you know what to do. Jonathan, Gomez, come on, thread it through. Right wing, you've got people. He played it back to the keeper. All right, but we've still got the ball at least. Okay, we can still do something with this. This is patient build-up. Over the top to Arlindo. Yes, get in. Get in. FM Llama showed up and Arlinda remembered who she is and what she's here to do. Yes, Duarte, beautiful ball over the top. Great anticipation from Arlindo. One touch, boom. Right, that has changed the complexion of this game. Come on. Get a praise shout in ahead of half-time. Well done for getting back into it, boys. Now we got a Barcelona highlights. Get that ball off him. Get that ball off him, Silva. No, doesn't work this time. Come on. Come on. Let's break down this Barcelona attack. Oh, we nearly had the ball a couple of times there. It's gone out to the wing. Oh, no. Angel Hernandez. Representing Andorra. What have you done? Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. At least I get a chance to cancel that praise shout. Come on, if we can level this up before half-time, that would be great. But we don't. Right. Well, we're not out of it. We're not out of it. We've contained them fairly well. They haven't had a huge number of chances. We've shown we can score against them. Let's have a look at the analysis. Definitely having a lot of joy on the wings, especially on the right. Just getting the ball into the box. Arlindo, couple of key headers. Speranza. No crosses completed. What are we going to do about that? Okay, we don't want to panic. Because we haven't been outplayed too much. We'll maybe just pull things a bit narrower. Right, big team talk. Let's go here. Assertive. Show me something else in the second half. Fired up. They look fired up. We've got, look at the body language. Motivated, fired up, motivated, fired up, motivated, composed. Hopefully, you're all fired up in the chat. Sorry, I'm gesturing towards my phone with the chat on it. You're all fired up in the chat. Let's go. Big 45 minutes coming up for FC Andorra. We start with the Barcelona highlight. Okay, it's half cleared. Mbappe, no. That was close. Too close for comfort. Come on, that Get Creative worked nicely in the first half. No. That is not what we wanted. Not what we wanted at the start of this second half. That was one of those ridiculous attempted saves that FM throws at us sometimes. I'm not quite sure how the angles would work on that. Right, I don't want to go to attacking too early because then we're going to be exposed and a team like Barcelona are just going to tear us to shreds. But we do need to do something about this because they've obviously picked their game up since half-time. It's been all one-way traffic so far. So come on, boys. Nice tackle from Reggie there. Doesn't get rid of the danger, though. And Wagyu. Ah, no. This is all slipping away. I think I might just resign at the end of this season because our results have been so bad. Right, come on. Do not let them score 5. We do not want this to be a humiliation. Come on, boys. You've let yourselves get scared here. Now it's about playing for pride. Get that ball clear. Come on. Duarte. That's what we're talking about. Right. Tactics time. Up the tempo a bit. Get the ball out to the flanks. And we'll go for hit early crosses, right. Substitutions. Speranza, he has not had a good evening at all. Okay, we're going to bring on Buenacasa. Defense, they were the ones all fired up at the start of the game. It's time. Jose Francisco Perez, get yourself out onto the pitch. Do what you do best. "30 minutes. 30 minutes to score 3 goals. Yes, bloody Wagyu. Agreed, custard profit. Show some passion, boys. But no, it's still the Barcelona highlights. Maybe a chance for a counter here. No, come on, Jimenez. You're better than that. But no, I don't see any way out of this. It's all one-way traffic in this half. Terrible form this evening. Started out so well with the national team as well. International management, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. It looks like we're going to finish FM20 having only won, oh my god, having only won the Spanish second division. We've just collapsed in the second half. The team talk seemed to have been positive, but obviously not the effect we wanted. Yeah, well, thank you to all of you who've stuck with this through the night. I apologise that we haven't been able to give you anything better than this. We're just gonna bring on the Andorran boy for a bit of a run out, give him that experience of being out there in a major final, and that's going to be the end of the game. Big disappointment. Deary me, I mean that, to be honest, sums up the evening. Not a good run of form this evening at all. At least we're playing Eibar at home next to a 17th. So that should be a win, although on current form, I doubt it. We were named biggest overachievers for the competition. Yeah, I suppose it's one thing I could say for Football Manager these days. I think it's not quite as easy as it used to be. I remember in the past doing all those crazy challenges where you'd go to somewhere like Czech Republic or, Peru and take over a newly promoted team and take them to Champions League in 15 seasons. It doesn't happen like that anymore. In a way, it's a bit more realistic. Anyway, let's get through this pointless press conference. Will tip my own player to win an award, but yes, pretty poor evening of results. But yes, if we consider where we started, as I see coming through from your comments, yeah, getting to the cup final in 10 years of starting the save is an achievement. So yes, Old Lady Plays, FM Llama, agree with you on that one. Chasing Lamely says, unlucky, feel the pain of not being able to end the series on a high. Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about earlier. I'm just wondering about the timing, because obviously now we've got no Europa League left to play for. We're in Europe anyway, I think, because we're going to take the cup final place, as Barcelona will qualify for the Champions League. So now it's just going to be a matter of I'll blast through those games tomorrow. We'll finish the season off, do like an end of season review, and then maybe there's enough time to do one more season before the beta. Because if we're thinking about the 2-week thing, 10th of November kind of time, I'm off work next week, so I think I can do a season before the end of October. And then we've got the national team as well. So, that I still need to do some work with them. So nationally, we've got World Cup qualifying, Ireland and Norway coming up. We've got, so we can run through it. We'll try and make the next season short in terms of the number of episodes, but I think we can get through one more season. And then if we go beyond that, just Andorra, plain old Andorra, are going to have Nations League Division B. Now, that would be a way to finish the series in embarrassment and humiliation of us getting hammered in Nations League Group B. So, yeah, we can do that. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys all get off to bed, whether you're on a European time zone, in a non-European time zone, or you're just staying up past midnight. So thank you all for dropping in. It's been a pleasure. We've had a consistent number of viewers throughout the evening, so thanks to everyone who's watched, everyone who's been in the chat. And yeah, thank you for joining me on this adventure. We will be back soon, early next week. There's going to be New Gen Nation is finishing next week. I've uploaded the final episode for that, so that's going to be out Monday and Friday. Then in between, we're going to have FC Andorra out. We're going to be doing the Football Manager YouTuber Invitational Tournament. Check out FM channel tomorrow night. There you will see the group decider between his Marseille team and my FC Andorra team. Hopefully you're going to see a better version of the FC Andorra team there than you have here. So make sure you're watching that and keep an eye on everybody's channels. That tournament's ongoing. There's plenty more mileage in that. And I'm gonna have some Football Manager 2021 preview stuff coming out. I've also got, we're going to have some more FC Andorra episodes out as well. So make sure you're all tuned in for that kind of stuff. Thank you, Footy Madman, for joining us. And thank you for everyone who came in, even if it was just for the last game or just for the first game or somewhere in the middle or for the whole thing. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your Saturday evening to watch this. And good luck, Footy Madman, with your channel. Do let us know when you've got everything set up. And we will end the stream there. So I will say thank you all very much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I will see you again soon, hopefully with some better results.